Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Forager. I would like to make some more leather, but I don't have any animal hide. So there might be a way that I could deal with that. Is there any chance among the scrolls that I have? No. That I have the animal making scrolls? There are wizard scrolls, which require bottled death moth, which turn natural objects around you into animals. So I think I would want some of those so that I will be able to get some more animals. So let's start bottling some death moth. And there's already plenty of them growing down here, which is nice. Great. And I'll also gather some resources while I'm here. But yeah, I've got some royal steel cooking up for the crystal sword. But I think my main focus should be to continue getting more money so that I can buy more lands at this point. And so that's going to be what our focus is going to be for today. And so for getting money, actually I have a bunch of ways to get money. I've recently upgraded my wallet, so this would be a great time. I just heard the markets restock. This would be a great time to interact with my banks, if possible. And that brings me to 5.3k. That's pretty good. Ooh, electronics have finished over here. What else do I want to make at the factory? Can I make any plastic yet? Bottled oil. I thought I was crafting that already. I guess I just haven't picked it up into my inventory yet. Yeah. There's some bottled oil. Mouse cursor, where are you? Here you are. Did I pick up the bottled oil? I did. Great. Let's make some more of it, because eventually I will want it. But let's start making our plastic for the first time ever. We'll make as much of it as we can. It takes royal clothing to make plastic, so royal clothing is definitely something we're going to need a lot of. And in order to make that, I need leather, which is the reason that I need more animals. So let's kill the animals that we can kill, especially if they're within range of these lighthouses. We might get some extra hide. And so I guess that would be a reason. Okay, I have never really taken advantage of the animal lure before, but I bought some of the market recently, and I believe they just cause animals to come towards it. So yeah, like this chicken is possibly like walking over toward the animal lure. So I wonder if that'll convince any of the sheep that are up here, for example, to come towards the animal lure, and then I could farm them for some of their hides, I think is how it might work. So I'll give that a little bit of time and see if any animals head over in that direction. Hey, yeah, I see a sheep and a cow coming over in this direction, and there's somebody who gives some hide as well. Okay, so I think this is actually working. Alright, so let's kill the sheep, and let's kill the cow. And here's another sheep. Yeah, okay, this animal lore totally works. I've not really fooled around with this object very much. And so hopefully I got some extra leather. Yeah, as a result of being within range of the lighthouse there. So I think that actually was a good, appropriate strategy in order to get more of that stuff. So with more leather, I'll be able to craft more royal whatchamadoodles. Royal clothing, which we're going to need for plastic, which we're going to need for a lot of things in the late game, if I recall correctly. Okay, we got a bunch of money. What are the cheapest lands I can buy right now? These are like 3,000 and 4,000. That's like 3,000. I guess let's grab this one for 3780. And it looks like someone has a quest for us on this island. Quests often are rewarded with spirit orbs, and we definitely want more of those for more level ups. So let's head over to the island and see what we got. Build some bridges as we do. Hello. Hey, here's some more numbers. We've got 3 of the 4 sets of numbers. These skeletons are becoming a big problem. It'd be great if you could help me get rid of them. Bring me 100 bones and I'll reward you. Well, I'm pretty sure I have way more than that at this point. You did it! I only doubted you up until the end. Here's your reward. Alright, help the goblin. You're a goblin? Alright, sure. It's a skull key! Opens all treasure chests for free, which means I don't need to be having keys anymore, and I still have one in my inventory, so that's a little bit of a shame, but it's okay. Also, there's lots of torch bugs here, and I probably need them for something, so I'm going to bottle them. Okay, great. You were very funny looking. Thanks. There's also a lumberjack obelisk. Gain bonus XP from chopping down trees. All right. 5 XP as opposed to it was probably 4 before or something. So not a huge deal. But I just wanted to check out what all the obelisks are. I think there's 4 obelisks, and so I think we've seen and unlocked all 4 of them at this point. Is there any chance that I have the numbers for the top to solve the numbers puzzle? The 12 clock or whatever that we talked a little bit about last episode? I didn't remember seeing numbers anywhere to the north that had the top 3. But let's go travel over there together. And eventually we're going to need like a fire temple so that we can get firepower to deal with that frozen chest, I believe. Alright, well I'm going to gain some bonus experience as I'm chopping down these trees. Do I see numbers anywhere? And also, am I at the very north edge of the map? I am, because the screen is not scrolling any further over in this direction. And I don't see numbers here. They might be somewhere further in the upper right or the upper left. How much would it cost to buy another one? Let's go ahead and eat some fish. Yum, yum, yum. Another one of the lands over here. 14,000 is super expensive over there. 13,000 is also super expensive over here. So it's going to cost us a pretty penny to buy any more of those lands. Let's see. So I can craft some royal clothing now. So let's get some of that going, so I'll be able to make more plastic. And I always have plenty of fiber for thread. So let's definitely be crafting up some of that as well. And royal steel, we're just about to be able to craft up our sword. In fact, I can do it right now. Crystal sword. Great, chance to freeze enemies. That'll be very good versus bosses. And look at all the chickens. They're coming over here to the animal door. Hello, chickens. Give me some eggs. And then meet your doom. That one had eggs in it as well. And that one does too. Look at all the eggs. Eggs can eventually be crafted into mayo, and that'll probably sell for a reasonable amount since we get a bonus for selling crafted items, I imagine. How much does one egg sell for? It has a value of 2. And then the cooking, I think I would need a cooking pot in order to do any of the cooking stuff, and so I need a skill point to unlock that. Just trying to think through where my next skill point should probably go. Speaking of, I put together some purple pigment that's been crafting up this episode, so I can go ahead and craft another spirit orb. So I think that is worth doing. And is there any chance that I could make a sage scroll? I would need green pigment for that, and I can totally do that. And we might be able to get a level up through experience as well. And in the meantime, I'm supposed to be chopping trees for a little bit of extra experience. Although, I don't know, 5 experience per tree is probably not a big deal enough to be really worrying about that. I can maybe just focus on more good resources to sell. So yeah, speaking of resources to sell, tell me, for example, how much... Yeah, look at this. I've got 132 emeralds. I don't want to sell all of them, but I can definitely sell, I don't know, down to like 50 of them. So these will sell for a whole lot of money. So yeah, let's sell 75 emeralds and see how much money we get. Crystal sword, 3 attack damage, chance to freeze enemies. And the next sword would be the demon sword, which requires a bunch of electronics. And then attacks would also burn enemies. Fantastic. We'll worry about that at some point in the future. Robotic shovel. Do I have a pinned recipe? I don't. I think I am actually going to pin that recipe. So we're working on some electronics and plastic. And the Void Rose is something that we had witnessed before in the market, and I didn't buy it at the time. If I do see it again, I will definitely buy it. Okay, so I was going to sell these. And now I have 16,000 money. That is really good. We can do things with that. Bottled beetles. I have a bunch of bottled beetles already, but they're pretty cheap and I'm going to go ahead and buy them. My inventory, I realize, is starting to get clogged with a number of things that I don't need to have in my inventory right now. And so, let's at least drop off some bottled critters. And let's move some stuff around. These are kind of like rocky kind of things, and so I'm going to exchange those for bottled crittery things. Or at least other bottled things. So let's move those bottles in there. Seems good. And is there any other stuff in my inventory that doesn't need to be here right now? Well, eventually I'll need to make another vault and do some inventory sorting on my own, but I can work that out in my own time. Okay, so what were we just doing? Oh my goodness. It would be helpful to have more markets yet. And they don't need to be, like, particularly close to home. Items have just restocked. Let's actually check the markets. There must be an animal right there, because I'm having a hard time focusing my mouse cursor here. Bottled death moth, sure, I'll go ahead and buy them. And, just for the convenience, beet sigil berries. I'm going to buy the berries as well, because they're a little bit hard to come by to make more fish traps. And here's a sage scroll, which we can immediately use to get some more experience. So we're getting close to the next level up via experience. Can I make another sage scroll by any chance? Definitely, if I made some more green pigment. So let's do that. And then what? I need more electronics. I need a void rose, which actually could probably be accomplished. How are my shrines doing? I should make sure I'm always taking advantage of my shrines, and this one's ready to go. Just in case we can get excavator again, let's make sure that this island is clear of any debris. And then we'll activate the shrine. Colonists, purchasing land costs fewer coins. Let's use that one and buy some lands. Alright, buy land. Not close enough to the lands I want to buy. But I know that there are some lands we can afford now with our 15,000 money. And this bonus will be going for a few more minutes. So if I go down here, buy land. Oh, that one's super cheap. How did I not see that one before? That one's cheap. Here's a more expensive one. Are there any other cheap lands? There's a cheap one over there. There's a good one. And I still have 1,000 money left. There's a chance that there's still one cheap land. I bought 5 lands so far using the colonist buff, so that I'm getting double the value, basically. Also, let's build some bridges over here so I can traverse from here to there a bit better. But are there any more lands to the north that I can afford with my current money? That only costs $12.60, and I could definitely get some more money out of the banks. So let's buy one more, and then we'll go check out all 6 of our new lands. So where are my banks? Here they are. Alright, I have enough money to buy that other land, so let's go grab it, and then we'll go check out all these new lands all at once. Alright, buy land, that guy. Okay, so much to explore, and so much effort just to get over there to see it. Let's carve our way through. Oh, I know what this island's all about. It'll be fun. Also, lots of digging spots. So I'm going to go ahead and do some digging as I start making my way over here. Alright, we need to build some more bridges. And I'll also need a bridge here, and a bridge here, and eventually a bridge over there. Alright, but this sign says, there are secrets where flowers don't live. And flowers and digging spots had appeared on 3/4 of these. There weren't any up here in the upper right, and so if we dig there, it's a secret, it's a chest. And I have an infinite number of keys. Holy Relic. Damages nearby skeletons and demons. So this is pretty cool, and once we get close to a skeleton or a demon, you'll get a chance to see exactly how it works. It works automatically. It's just a passive buff that my player now permanently has. And so we'll get to see it in action shortly. Okay, what is the next island I unlock? I think south of this one is the next new island. So let's see if we can make our way over there. Alright, I need a couple of bridges here, and let's also put a bridge here so I can walk across that way. Ah! So, this is a puzzle island that I eventually had to look up the answer to because I was never able to figure it out. But if you look on the roof of this building, there is a pattern of dots that I'm refamiliarizing myself with right now. But basically inside, we have to arrange some things in that same pattern of dots. So there is a 5x5 set of thingy-madoos here, and we need to turn them on so that they match the kind of like non-dot bits up here. So there's like an L there, then 3 down and 1 over. Okay, L, 3 down and 1 over. I can totally do that. So let me push these around and try to mark up the appropriate squares. Alright, so an L there, 3 down, and then 1 over. I need this one lit up as well. So if I nudge this way, there we go. I did it. I solved the puzzle. And we were rewarded with lots of precious gemstones. I'm going to need to sell some stuff out of my inventory so I can pick up all of this stuff. I can sell this key at this point, since we have a skeleton key. And what else do I want to sell? Oh, neat! We got sunken unks. Let's go ahead and sell just those guys for a little bit of money. And I need to sell something else out of my inventory. Oh, and we got these. These are some rare things that you get from fishing, I think. What else could I sell? I can sell just 2 of these, sure. Let's pick those up, and then inside here, we get Ancient Astronomer Badge. Awarded to those who solve the hardest puzzles. And a heart container. Oh, it increased my max life. Alright. Wasn't a spirit orb, but that's still pretty cool. Okay, so that's another one of our lands that we just purchased, taken care of. Let's go ahead and bridge our way onto this one. And see what's in store down here. It's Princess blah blah blah. Lovely to meet you, friend. My name is Anna Banana. It's hard being princess in the desert. No flower garden, or no flowers grow here. I'm a flowerless princess. You want 40 flowers. These are beautiful, thank you very much. I hope you like animals. This will help you find more of them. Alright, and she's giving us some kind of potions that, like, cause animals to spawn or something. So let's pick those up. Since you helped me, I want to help you. I can make a rare form of clothing that will make animals love you forever. Bring me the materials and I'll make it for you. She wants 2 royal clothing. I currently have 1 of those crafted up. I bet you I have the other one actually lying on the ground over near my crafting station. So let's go do that right now before we lose track of it. I see a digging spot here, and so I want to dig. And I see that I need some bridges here. Actually, there was another bridge just farther to the south, but I started building bridges and now I'm going to finish. Also, I'm not currently using an obelisk, so let's go back to the foraging obelisk. Let's pick up... Well, I can't pick up because my inventory is full. Right. I've gained a number of new rare items. Bottled death moth could fit in here. I think I need another vault at this point. I could just place another vault in the corner and I probably have the resources to build it. So I'm just going to shove another vault over here. And rather than think too hard about it right now, I'm just going to dump off a number of particularly rare items that can go live inside this vault. And then I can worry about the rest later, but let's also drop off gemstones in here. Okay, now I have plenty of... Oh, there's a spirit orb, by the way. We'll use it momentarily. And did I pick up the royal clothing? I don't notice if I did. I did, because she now shows the number above her head. Turned green, like I have it. Let's go ahead and place some more bridges. Also, I'm aware of these Watcher robots that are going to try to kill me here in just a moment. So rather than let that happen, I will kill them first. Because I have a Thunder Rod. And Thunder Rods are amazing. Alright, these guys are dead. I will pick up their steel. Great. And then just so we can see your face, Princess, there we go. This is perfect. Here you go, friend. It's a chest. Treasure Hunter. Open 20 big chest. It's the pink bow. Animals drop 25% more resources and spawn more often. Alright, that will help a whole lot with my leather problems. Don't you think so, Cow? Yeah, he's gonna drop more leather now. Hooray! Okay, so we've covered 2 or 3 of the new islands. I think 3 of the new islands, and I think there were 6. Yikes! Okay, so there are just 4 of these robots who spawn on this island and guard this chest, and I have killed those 4 robots. If you happen to get that very early, you might struggle to kill them, but we're very strong, and so it was easy for me to kill them. And I've gotten Vampire Wings, 30% chance to recover health when killing enemies. Oh, wow! That's quite nice. That means I'll have to eat food much less often. Alright, so that is 4 of the new islands dealt with, I believe. So where else did I buy islands? It looks like maybe south of here. So let's once again build some bridges to get from point A to point B. Maybe even better. Yeah, I did not build bridges in the most appropriate spots here. Alright, so what do we have here to the south? It looks like a lights out puzzle similar to the one that we solved. Actually, we haven't found and solved that one, have we? Right. Okay, so this puzzle... Oh, here is the holy thingy that we just got. So it's automatically attacking a demon who's nearby, close to me. It deals a small amount of damage, but it just deals continual damage over time. And so it's particularly effective at killing skeletons. The demons have so much health that it's not as effective as killing those guys. But you saw it dealing some damage to him. And it can attack multiple enemies at once. And so if I go into a field full of like a gazillion skeletons, it'll aim and fire at all of them at the same time. And so in that regard, this little holy shrine thing that's floating above me is particularly useful. So that's nice. In any case, if I were to interact with one of these, it causes all the nearby ones to change state. And so this is a puzzle that's often known as lights out. And the goal is just to get all of these things pushed down. And I think I know how to do it. Especially if this butterfly thing will let me actually interact. There we go. And as a reward, I'm rewarded with a bunch of chests. But if I try to open the chests, I can't because they're on fire. I can put them out, however, using a bucket of water, or a bottle of water. And then it turns into a normal chest that I can just open for its rewards. So let's get 3 more bottles of water. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And use those 3 bottles of water on 3 chests. 3 small loot chests, that is. And then let's go kill this demon who just spawned right before our eyes, very rudely. And then open all of our treasures. Da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da-da! Oop-a-doop-a-doo! Hey, it's a spirit orb! Use it to increase your stats. I'm gonna take the level up. Actually, I've got 2 of these. I'm gonna take 2 level ups. Take that, video game! Alright, 2 level ups. Let's see what skills we're gonna get today. Automation, right, mining rods, I totally want that. Crafted items collect themselves. Crafted items collect themselves. That's amazing. So now, rather than having to walk back over to my sewing table to pick up the royal clothing, it would just immediately end up in my inventory. Lasers, mining rods deal double damage. Droids deal double damage. I want that as well. Machinery is also one that I want, because I do want the flower press, but Those are very good, and I'm going to try to make a mining rod as soon as possible. But let's go over to our quarry, which is the most valuable location for making a mining rod. So if I can actually get over to my bridge. So, do I have the resources? Let's get that crafting. Actually, let me tend to... Oh no, I can't fit through here anymore. I have to walk around this way. Because I made too many crafting stations too close together. It's the worst tragedy in history. Let's make sure that all of my crafting stations are doing useful things. For some definition of useful. Okay, do I have the resources to put together a mining rod? Build. Industrial. Mining rod. I do, I have 2 electronics. Fantastic. I'm going to build one... Actually, hold on. I own some landfill. And so I might as well make this quarry as productive as possible in range of all these lighthouses by putting a bunch of land over here that can be taken advantage of by the quarry. Yeah, but then I think I'm going to build the mining rod just like on this right here. Mining rods are small. So if I just put this here, I'm standing on it, so I have to move down. You can see its sphere of influence, which is, I think, going to cover the whole island. Mining rods behave a little bit slowly, but basically they just periodically deal damage to some thing that needs to be mined in their range of coverage or whatever. And so it'll slowly just be mining out all the stuff that's in the quarry over time. We don't even have to be here for that to happen. Also, I just got a sage scroll that came into my inventory because it was crafted. And here's some more leather. Hooray! Go gadget ballistas. So yeah, this is definitely, we're into that phase of the game where what was a run around and craft and mine kind of game is now turning into a automate all the things kind of game, which is pretty cool. Makes you feel like you're making tons of progress with less work. It's kind of like playing a summoner in Terraria or something. And I'm going to craft up another spirit orbs because spirit orbs are great. And I don't think I have any other need for those resources right now. And over here, I'm still going to max out on plastic for the moment. Eventually we'll get more factories and go after more electronics, because I would like to make some droids at some point as well. I don't think I visited the markets. Oh, plastic, let's buy it. Cheese, let's buy 5 of them that we need for the museum. And then I'm just trying to clear out some space to make it easier to walk between here. Over here, let's buy the bottled oil. And that's all I need there. And then I think there's a shrine up here that we haven't recharged and used in a while. So let's go talk to the shrine. After I clear out a few crystals. We'll also talk to some chickens. Scholar or colonist. They're both good. I'm gonna choose Scholar to get the magic scrolls. One of them is a star scroll, and actually, if I were to go onto this island just to my left, that would probably be a good place to use it, because it could destroy some of these crystals for me that take forever to mine. So let's take a risk and use a star scroll right here. Yeah, it destroyed some crystals up here. That's fine. Thank you. You've done me a service, Fallen Star. And then I wonder if our other shrine has recharged, so let's go check it out as well. It still has 7 minutes before it's going to recharge. Alright, that's fine. In that case, electronics, plastic. Okay, so I've got my plastic crafted up. So I think I do want to make another factory. Let's get as much leather going as we can. So that I can work on some electronics simultaneously with some plastic. And I guess there is room for me to just plunk down a factory right here, I believe. So that would be industrial, factory, clunk. So we'll have this one work on some electronics. And then that's eventually going to need more royal steel. So let's be crafting up some more royal steel, so we'll have plenty of that going. And then tell me about these potions that Anna Banana gave me. Animals love the smell of it. I presume that makes animals come to me as opposed to the animal lure, which makes the animals come to it. I'm guessing. But I don't actually know for sure. Also, I got some other scrolls recently, I believe. And so I would like to see which scrolls those were. I guess they were scrolls that stacked in here, so it was just kind of more of the same, with like mining and building and druid scrolls. I'd really like to get the animal scrolls so we can get more animals to get more leather. So is that the next thing I want to do? Did we visit all of our islands yet? I feel like we only maybe got to 5 out of 6. Is there another island that I unlocked that I have not yet visited? Let's see, we saw the lights out on this one. Cool, I just dodged his attack. We're still looking for all the numbers on this one. We did this. This one doesn't look immediately familiar to me. Also, there's a lot of digging spots here. Let's take advantage of them with our awesome shovel. Anna Banana was here. This one just had the 4 defenders and we got the chest off. But yeah, so maybe we did do all 6 spots that I just bought. So right now I don't see any other islands that we haven't revisited. I picked up some cheese, and I don't want to carry it around in my inventory all the time, so let's go to cooking and drop it off. It's just an intermediate step for cooking something else that I need, I guess the pizza. Okay, well we have 5 cheese ready to go for cheese pizza at some point later on, when we unlock cooking. And that could potentially be very soon, because I just about have enough experience to level up. And it looks like it's time for me to reset the foraging obelisk. So let's go ahead and do that. I believe I just heard the markets restock. I could buy bombs, I could buy obsidian. I don't know that I'm particularly interested in either of those. Over here, I've already got some animal lures, fiberglass. And flowers are still, I think, worth buying. They're very cheap, and occasionally a pain in the neck to collect. And it looks like I need more bottles. So let's get some of those crafting up again. Okay, my spirit orb just finished crafting. So let's go ahead and use it to level up. And with it, I will gain machinery so that I can make a flower press. All structures have a 10% chance to craft double items. That's actually really good. It means sometimes I'll be trying to make an electronics, and instead 2 electronics will pop out of the machine, which is like a huge boon. So that is very good. So the flower press, I wanted to craft it so that I could start making some landfill of my own. And I think it'll fit here. I forget how large it is. Flower press. Yeah, it totally fits right there. And the game just hung. Hopefully it will. There we go. Alright. Get a hold of itself. So I'm going to craft some more landfill. And landfill requires poop, and so I also made some more animal feed so that I can get a whole bunch more poop, which is great. But I decided I was going to landfill in this area and then put a shrine here so that possibly within range of all of my lighthouses I could also get like some digging bonuses or different bonuses happening on this little island place as well. So yeah, as the landfill fills in, I'll do that. And then in terms of, hey, good job. In terms of actually putting down a shrine, I guess I could just put it over here in the corner. So that would be a magical shrine. I've got plenty of resources for it. I can put it down there. And so I'm just going to wait for enough landfill to fill in this whole area in case we get excavators, so I can take maximum advantage of it. And then we'll try activating the shrine and see what we get. And then I wouldn't mind more shopping opportunities, so I'm also going to throw down another market over here. So we have a third one available to us. And, oh, it's selling hide! Nice! That was totally worth it. That means I can make a bunch more leather. Hooray. Leather is the thing that I've been struggling with the most. And now I'll be able to make 30 more. Great. Okay, I filled in, I think, as much as I can on this island, so... Merchant, sell items at double the price. Scholar, instantly gain magical scrolls and gain double XP. Both of those are quite good, honestly. I don't have a bunch of items like saved up that I'm ready to sell, so I think I'm going to take Scholar this time around. I noticed that we got some Sage Scrolls, and that will give us a level up with the bonus experience. So let's go ahead and take that. Engineering unlocks droids. That could be nice, but it's going to take a while before we have enough to craft them. Let me look around and see. Looting. More loot from enemies and bosses. That could be good. Actually, I have been making some potions and scrolls recently. Well, at least the scrolls. And cost fewer resources to craft. That one sounds good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and take that level up, because I have been crafting Sage Scrolls and other scrolls. Let's go ahead and use this one as well. We also got a Demon Scroll. Spawns fireballs around you. That's useful for just like destroying a bunch of things nearby or fighting bosses, I think. I rarely use those. And so ideally I would like to just go stick it in a vault. And I have a vault I can stick it in. Hooray! Everything's coming up Millhouse. Okay. Robotic shovel. We have some plastic. We still have a long ways to go on electronics and void roses. We will either have to use the void portal and venture into kind of a new unknown scary area, which we're probably actually strong enough to do now that we have the crystal sword. I have not demonstrated the crystal sword yet. Let me go find an enemy of some description, such as these skeletons, and see if we can freeze them. Well, they're dying in like 1 or 2 hits. Let's find an enemy who does not die in 1 or 2 hits. Which would be who? I know. We can go inside the dungeon in the desert, which is just over here, I believe. Yeah, this will be fun. So let me make sure I can walk back out by leaving this door open. But watch the crystal sword on this guy. You saw him turn blue there briefly. That was him getting frozen. Alright, he's frozen, which means he won't be able to attack me. This guy's still attacking me, but I managed to dodge. And the freeze lasts for a few seconds. And so if you can freeze bad guys, basically like completely nullifying their ability to deal with you, it makes things great. Which means, that's something we could do in the next episode. There's still a boss that I think we never completed in this dungeon over there. So yeah, we're definitely, I think, strong enough to try to defeat the boss of that dungeon, for example. Now that we have this freezing sword, 6 maximum hearts of life, and some other good stuff that's going to help keep us alive. I guess like extra dodge chance. So yeah, that's the other thing. I might be able to upgrade my boots or gloves just right now at little cost to me. So let's take a look at that on the way out here. Yeah, skull boots. It does cost some leather, but it'll give me movement speed and increased dodge chance, so I'll do that. And skull gloves, if I had the leather and the great skulls, I can make great skulls here. So let's be crafting up a bunch of those because I'm going to need them. But then the skull grubs will help me attack faster, which means I can just hold down the button and my sword will swing faster to try to kill bosses. So yeah, I think in the next episode we'll try to kill the boss of that dungeon as one of our main things while we continue to progress toward the royal shovel, or robotic shovel, whatever it's called. Alright, so look forward to that. I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Forager. For now, bye-bye.